Welcome back to Shadow Scientists Behind the Lab Coat. In today's episode, we're stepping into the world of medical science, joined by leading expert in human metabolics and infectious diseases, Mrs. Puseletso Manyaka-Lesofe.
Hello everybody, my name is Puseletso Manyaka-Lesofe. I'm a medical scientist and this is my workplace and the lab. Welcome. So, I'm a medical scientist here. What I do is that we should work between the lab where we test specimens. So our lab specifically deals with the diagnosis of rare diseases and errors of metabolism. So that is what we diagnose here and what we do. So most of the time I'm responsible for tests that have got to do with newborn screening, where we screen babies after they are born to see if they have got any errors with regards to their metabolism. Obviously in the lab we wear a coat before you enter. So this is me wearing my PPE. So this is our labs where we do newborn screening tests. So this is the side where we analyze and get some indicators. And then we've got the equipment that we use. And then we've got another lab, that side, where we do the pre-processing and figure out the results for our newborn screening tests for the kids. So, so the newborns, this is some of the tests that we run. We call it the Delphia bench, where we run 5 tests at a time. So the tests that we run are for biotin-based deficiency, for gout, which is galactose deficiency, for TSH, thyroid-stimulating hormone, IRT, and 17-hydroxy assays that we run. So we run these in this lab. So this is an example of what a dried blood spot looks like. This is somebody's blood that was put on the scan, and then it dries. They send it to us to process, and then what we do is that we're going to use it to punch into the valves. So let me show you. Let me show you our cool machine and how it works. Blood spot. Yeah. Right. Right. This machine is called a DBS puncher. It punches, these are called DBS cuts, like I told you. So what it does is that it punches the blood spots to make little punched papers that are going to go into the wells of the plate, where we're going to be able to process the samples, and we'll be able to read the results in layman terms. And then we've got specific reagents that we use. So each and every well is going to be a reaction to determine if you are determining, for example, a galactose deficiency. You will add reagents for gout to make sure that they react to either detect whether gout within the blood of this baby, is it enough or is it deficient, right? So that's the main thing. So misconceptions about a basic degree is that technically we'll call it useless. It's not a useless degree. As you can see, I work in a lab and I contribute to the saving of lives of children specifically now. But obviously I've worked in infectious diseases. I worked during the Listeria outbreak. When there was a Listeria outbreak, I was actually working in molecular at vets where we were testing for Listeria positive samples. So obviously that affects lives. During SARS-CoV, I was working in virology at the NHLS where we were testing for COVID. So our degree is not useless. Yes, there is a huge amount of records that are coming out compared to the job posts that are available. But that cannot deter anyone from pursuing this degree. Because one of the things that I can also say in general, or is, for me to become a scientist like I am today, I just explained the shortcut. But actually, my first job was as a lab assistant in a pathology lab. So I started as a lab assistant, got promoted to a technician. Then I went back to school to study again to do my honors so that I could register as a scientist. And before that, during my final year, I was helping a PhD student with their PhD project. And that experience is what I used to build on to my experience as a scientist. So you don't just start as a scientist, you have to start somewhere. Unfortunately, because there's a lot of us, there will be competition, but I degree in business, there's so many things open. Also, like, you don't necessarily have to be a medical scientist like me to be successful in our field in terms of BSc in general. So there are other regulatory bodies that you can register with, which is SACNES, or you can also do other things. You can go into pharmacology, into clinical trials, you can go into scientific writing, you can go into forensics, you can go into, there's so many things that you can do. So the misconception of saying that our degree is not really useful, I think that must be cancelled. So I usually say that people must plan for their career. While you're still doing your university, plan which route you want to go, and then from then on you can kind of tackle things that are going to lead you to where you want to go. If you want to go into clinical trials, then you know while you're doing your degree or after your degree, you can register to do a GCP, do ethics training, quality training. You are working towards that, and you take the opportunities that you get. If you get a research assistant post, take it. Then eventually if you want to become a CRA, those experiences you're going to use them to build. Yeah. So I'm going to give advice now to students in general. So I think as a student in general, what advice I'd give you is that try to have a balanced life. It's very vital. You can't, like, just because your course is hard, then you lock yourself in a room and you study the whole day. No, you think, sometimes you say you study smart. So study smart, come up with different approaches of how you can study if something you're not doing at a specific subject. But the most important thing, I think, this is not for students, it's across the board, is to reach out. Who do you reach out to? You reach out to people who've been there before. You reach out to, if you are in high school, you reach out to a person who's classmate, say, how did they do it? If you are in undergrad, you reach out to somebody who's postgrad, how did you do it? If you are done undergrad, you want a job, you reach out to a person who has a job, how did they do it? One of the things that I think I'll give people advice on is to always reach out for help. And I always motivate people to get mentors. Get someone who will mentor you, someone who's been through everything that you want to do, or even if it's somebody different, just they could connect you to a person who will help you. So my general advice would be seek help, don't close yourself up. Opportunities don't just come to people. You need to put yourself out there. LinkedIn, there's people that you can find. They're always willing to help you.
Hope you learned a lot today. For more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Look out for episode 3 coming next week Wednesday. Visit shadowscientist.org for more information. Stay tuned.